Alright, how are y'all doing today? And good morning. Well, at least it's morning for me. Maybe not for when y'all watch it, but good morning anyway. Oh, sorry about that. I was asked to test out a team in Dragons, which I decided to do it now instead of waiting for free room removal. I guess the current rooms will work. I'm gonna do it two different ways. Using Vermos, Bella, Julie, Verdi Hill, and Galleon. They wanted Mentora, which honestly, Mentora, you wouldn't have as much damage, and that works for my team just because of the way their couple of the monsters are currently built. And I personally don't feel like the order is completely right. But I will show you runes. This is my Galleon. He is a crit Galleon. He is speed, crit damage, HP. 65 accuracy is ideal for PvE, but my Galleon is resisted a lot. So I would recommend you having more accuracy on your Galleon. One day I will work on his current runes and try to see what I can do. Because I mean, I got accuracy grinded here. This rune has accuracy. This rune has accuracy. And yeah, one day I'll get a nice crit rune. Maybe. This rune doesn't have accuracy. I can grind it into it, but it's only a 5-star, and its other subs, other than the speed, is kind of trash. So I don't want to use the hero gem I have for accuracy onto that rune. Maybe Giants will, or not Giants, I'm sorry. Maybe Dragons will eventually drop something better. And then that's what I'm using on my slot 6. Huh, that actually has speed. Didn't realize that. Not much, but it has some. I got too many runes to keep up with. This is my Vertihill. He's actually built for speedruns, so if you're wondering why the heck his HP is so low, yeah. That's because he is speed, crit damage, attack. This is his current runes. Nothing that's like ideal. Just working with what I have. Leftovers of leftovers. Yes, he is fully skilled up. Ideally, you don't want his last skill, but I built him. He was one of my first net 4s on this game. I had Julie before him. That's the reason why the order is on the screen of monsters. But yeah, so that's the reason he's fully skilled up. And I did it before I knew better. But he still works. Didn't really use Julie for anything. This is a really good monster. Her runes is broken. She is speed, crit damage, attack also. Nothing that's like superb. I could probably grind some of her stuff. I gotta take a look. That doesn't have speed on it. Let's see. Bella was a little bit faster. I took her 6-star and gave it to somebody else. But that should work. 61 accuracy. It's a little low. Just using what I got. That's a really good rune. I don't use Bella often, so I need to find another home for that baby. And then my Vermos. Yeah, Not fully leveled on runes, but he still works. His speed's so high is just because of his focus set. If those were only violent runes, right? Like the other runes isn't really ideal. They're alright. They just work. Like this one doesn't have HP. It's nice for the defense, especially since Vermos has a low base HP, but really high defense. It's kind of funny how that works, especially when that's based off of his max HP damn. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to run this multiple ways. I'm going to do this with Vero lead first, and then I will do it with third lead. The only reason why I think my team succeeded when I first tested it out is my towers, for the most part, are maxed, unless if it's like the elemental towers, because that's what I'm working on slowly. Like my HP, defense, and all that is maxed out. No, good. I went on Galleon. Man, they are proccing like crazy on violence. So, ideally for this, you're going to actually probably want your Verti heal as probably speed, crit rate, HP, just so you can take a few hits. Preferably, I think Bella should actually go before Vermos. And if you're wondering why, that way when he gets to this last boss, he can go ahead and armor break first, while Vermos starts doing his thing. And as far as turn order, so I would do either Bella or Galleon first. And then I would do, they can be 1, 2. Then I do Vermos, Julie, and then Verti heal last. And if you're wondering why you want Verti heal last instead of first, that's just because you want everybody to go ahead and deplete their attack bar as much as possible. That way they get a full advantage of Verti heal's passive. Like, my Verti heal used to be like 205 speed for no reason at all. Uh, 2 minutes. See, it's not bad. Mentoral, if it's slow, would actually probably help balance things out. But yeah, so you want him to go last just so he can actually boost up everybody's attack bar to try to get the more turn advantage out of it. And I mean, just me doing that alone for my speed teams, other than also making them a little bit more damage based, actually helps the consistency of it too. And smooth these around, and we're going to go by speed and see if this team can still work. May or may not. That depends on how much this dragon wants to crit me. No charges, I think. I think that's what's making everything look a little laggy. Yeah. Let's see, the good thing about Vermos is he helps remove the dots to finish breaks as you go through. But removing the dots at the bit for the boss at the end reduces the damage by a lot. And that I will keep. Alright, let's see. Let's mess around with some other teams while I'm at it. I should already know I'm going to Galleon. I like using Taylor, but there's other replacements for him. Like Chow does really good here. Theomars for water nukes. Granted, I mean, some people ruin their Theomars really well. Mine isn't ruined that well because I really don't care for him too much. He is really good in Guild Wars, don't get me wrong. But that's just what it is. And sit there and see how this team works. This team works, but my consistency with this run is not the greatest. Who knows? Maybe come to us to be nice, and because I'm videotaping this, will give it to me. See, if Spectre and Galleon does not dirt during this, essentially they keep the dragon and the towers from moving. That's the whole purpose of this team. And it just allows you just to beat the living crap out of them. It's pretty handy. I'll keep that too. Let's see. Oh, well, why did I take Galleon off? I'm not changing him. I'm just going to mix up and do a couple different runs. Obviously, Julie can do a lot better in this. I'm going to go ahead and talk about her skill set. Her second skill can freeze. Her third skill is AoE, which is really nice. Two Taylors for me on this, why I like it, is even though his AoE damage isn't big compared to the single target he does with his third, having two, when they both do it, kind of helps out. Julie actually does really good AoE damage, especially on a better rune set than mine. But as you can saw, my Julie did her job pretty well considering what sets I'm using. And that's only 141 crit damage. And she was also speed crit damage attack, not attack, crit damage attack. The other thing is Julie's first skill. It can remove beneficial effects. About time you try to armor break Galleon. Holy crap, man. Ooh. See, Spectre's keeping things in line, man. And not to mention, my Vertihill's wanting to proc a lot. Still not too bad. Let me see. Yep. 50% chance. The other thing is, one Taylor is Violent. The second one is Vamp. I did Vamp mainly because that was a rune set that I had laying around. So it's easier to rune that than Violent. Violent runes are just too hard to come by. The other thing... The other thing I like is... if the rest of your team dies, but you actually get armor break on everybody else, Taylor can somehow hold his own for a little bit if the boss is, for the most part, pretty close to being dead. Come on, man. Squall's already up. It's a 2-turn cooldown. There we go. But, he can sit there, keep himself alive, and help you from, wiping so fast. Good, almost at 500. I'm trying to save those up to do a rune crafting video with y'all. Could probably use hollow in there, but I don't feel like it. No. I wonder. He's too slow though. He wouldn't do any good. Just mix things up. You don't want to use Overwhelm, do you? My piece, he is max skilled, so why ever he's not using it, I have no idea. He's just on his own. Whatever. But he can remove beneficial effects also. And then, that's just my current team I'm using. I'm still working on a couple of his skills, but I've been using them with him from having no skill ups to being close to maxing. I want to get this one a little bit higher. And from the way that reads, it seems like it has a 100% chance to remove a beneficial effect, while freezing the target's only a 15% chance. But then again, I am not sure about that. I guess it's kind of like Galleon. I don't always see the resisted thing show up if he was resisted. And Galleon's time to loot should be 100%, but sometimes it makes me wonder. Granted, I don't expect him to be able to remove buffs. It's nice when he does, but he has 0 accuracy. I can't really complain. And she's almost there. For that test, I've even worked on her runes. Not as tanky as I would like, but 20,000. She's speed, HP, defense. I like to get her a little bit tankier, but her speed's good, and I want her with some more resistance. But I want to get those last two skill ups on the homunculus, just to have a little bit of a chance. Just in case if it isn't 100% to remove, at least get the opportunity a little bit higher to work it out. Yeah. I'm actually show you the kind of damage he does to the boss. I'm gonna actually start the autoplay once I get there, just so I can make it happen. Might rerun Julie and just start using her in here. Do a couple of tests and switch my homunculus over to wind. But Julie's damage isn't as big on the final boss, but she clears trash a lot faster, so it's a little bit of a trade-off. But the first speed team I mainly did is to show you that it could. Come on, violent. And resist, whatever. Oh well, man, it's just not going to give it to me, is it? Oh well. I don't feel like wiping that right now. I want to show you the damage with attack buff and defense break on this guy. From the first teams I've shown you, the original idea that was proposed to me, which I don't have built yet, and I would like to, was using Mentora, the Dark Serpent. Which, that slow and everything else is kind of like a Spectre, other than without the reduced attack bar. See? 37,000 damage right there. That's fine. And 26,000 right there for his third and second skill. So if things add up and they do what they're supposed to do, that's the reason why I like using the water homunculus for this. He's also broken sets, quite tanky, but I love his base attack. That really works out well. 89 crit, 165 crit damage. I'm using energy and broken. Like Rage Rune here. He is speed, crit damage, attack. I want to get some more speed on him. I'll grind that resistance out and put speed on there since that's such a low roll. I don't think I have any. Yeah. Hey. Ooh, max row. That's awesome. I'll play with that rest later. Now that puts them a little bit higher so I can speed up my vertihill. Which, that's already grinded. That has no speed. That one needs it. Yeah, 1 second, man. But yeah, I'm going to conclude the video with that.